Derbyshire has a lovely custom called well dressing. Some say it's a pagan custom, and I am pretty sure Puritans wouldn't have enjoyed it, wouldn't have approved of it, but I don't think it's necessarily pagan. It's a way of giving thanks to God for the wells, for the blessing of water, for the pure, clear water that flows from the limestone springs here in the hills of the Peak District. And so every year, at a different time in each village, the people get together to make dressings for their wells. Now, this is the one at Buxworth, and this one was made by the Boy Scouts of the village. Let's have a look at it in more detail. You start off with a wooden frame. It's like a shallow tray, about 1.5 inches deep and as big as you want it to be. And you fill that with clay, wet clay. Just ordinary clay picked up out of the fields. When it's nice and firm and stuck to the back of the tray, then you start pressing bits of flowers, petals, into the clay to make the picture, the pattern. As you can see here, part of the picture is made up of stalks, bits of twig, petals, bits of leaves, moss, and it all makes a beautiful picture. I'm not quite sure what it's meant to represent. Obviously there's a Union Jack up there and some sort of a hut here. Maybe this is meant to be a water wheel. I don't know, but basically it's just decorating in order to give thanks to God for the blessing of water. And in this particular village, I don't know whether it's because there's more than one well, but there is more than one well dressing, because different groups in the community have wanted to express their gratitude to God. This one, as I said, is done by the scouts and guides of the village. And then a little bit further down, there are other pictures, other dressings done by the villagers themselves and by the school children. Let's go and have a look at those. And here we are at the school. And I think the kids have done a tremendous job. This picture of a stork with a fish in its mouth perhaps lacks some of the finer detail that the adults were able to achieve, but I like the way they've used grass heads to make the feathers of the stork. And is that the little red tractor on top of the hill? I don't know what it is, but it's a beautiful picture. A well dressing by the children of Buxworth. And then down here in the grounds of the village pub, which is called the Navigation Inn. Navigation refers to canals, which are part of the industrial landscape of Britain. You have a well dressing that commemorates the industry in this area, mining, lead mining or breaking up limestone for cement, whatever it may have been. This commemorates it with men loading materials from the trucks that brought it down from the quarry and the mine into the canal boat, the narrow boat beside it. And then here, somewhat inappropriately down by the canal basin, which is just over there behind the camera, is a celebration of rural living. A beautiful picture of a ploughman and his horses ploughing the fields. And what a lot of ingenuity has gone into making up the picture. The horses are decorated with seeds, pumpkin seeds I think some of them are. The furrows are made up of tiny little pine cones, and a collection of seeds and mosses make up the fields behind the ploughman. Interestingly, as part of the display, over here we have the original drawing and the original painting from which this picture was made. And you can see here the way in which the artists have interpreted their original scene.